Jennifer from the Worcester branch of the Wayne County Public Library. Have you been keeping up with Bridgerton, the Netflix series based on a series of books by romance author Julia Quinn? Season 2 featured a heroine and her sister of South Asian heritage, highlighting the show's commitment to revealing a more diverse view of romance. And if this is something you really loved about the second season, you'll be happy to know that we're starting to see some of this diversity in a new generation of historical romance authors and their books. So here's a few you won't want to miss. First, author Diana Quincy has been writing historical romance for about a decade, but her Clandestine Affairs series is the first to reflect her Arab heritage. The first book, Her Night with the Duke, brings together the widowed Lady Delilah Chambers, or Leela, with Elliot Townsend, the Duke of Huntingdon. They both find themselves stranded at a country inn on a rainy night, and while Leela is ready to fend off a group of rowdy locals who think a woman alone is easy prey, Elliot steps in to defend her, offers to share his meal and his chamber, and ends up persuading her to enjoy a memorable night together. The next day, however, they meet again when the Duke arrives to court Leela's sweet but shy stepdaughter, Victoria. He's determined to follow through on his intention of asking Tori to marry him, but he can't ignore the intense feelings he has for Leela. Leela doesn't want to get into Tori's way, but she's still attracted to the Duke. And Tori wants, to fall in love. But she's intimidated by the Duke, so she's not really sure. As you might guess, plans do not go smoothly, and the book is filled with conflict and plenty of pining. The characters are flawed but endearing, willing to work past their preconceived ideas about each other. The subplots regarding Leela's travels, as well as both of their family dynamics, give the book more depth, and there's plenty of steamy romance to satisfy Bridgerton fans. Find this one in paperback here at Worcester, as well as ebook on Overdrive and e-audio on both Overdrive and Hoopla. Caroline Linden's latest book, All the Duke I Need, wraps up the Desperately Seeking Duke series and features a half-English, half-Indian heroine. Philippa Kirkpatrick arrived at Carlisle Castle as a child when her widowed father married Lady Jessica, daughter of the now Dowager Duchess of Carlisle. 20 years later, her parents now gone, Pippa is an heiress, but content to serve as her Duchess grandmother's companion, while the Duchess searches for the true heir to the dukedom. William Montclair, an American in London intent on expanding his family's trading business, is desperate to get out of the office, and he impulsively accepts an offer to serve as the steward to the Carlisle estate for just 1 year. Will and Pippa strike sparks at their first meeting. Will is instantly taken with her, and Pippa is appalled at his boldness and certain he'll offend the Duchess. But she's maybe just a little bit fascinated as well. Secrets abound in this story all the way to the end, so of course there's quite a bit of miscommunication along the way, which can be frustrating for the reader. The characters are lively and intelligent, and even the crusty Duchess reveals a soft heart at times. This one is a slow burn romance with a long wait even for that first kiss, but you'll find the steam level increases toward the end of the book. Look for this title in CleveNet, as well as in ebook and e-audio in Overdrive. Author Amalie Howard gives us a hero with roots in the Caribbean in Rules for Heiresses. Lord Courtland Chase is the grandson of the Duke of Ashton, but he was shunned by his stepmother and driven out of England. He has settled in Antigua, finding his own version of success, and he's content to remain there until two things happen almost simultaneously. First, he encounters a disguised runaway heiress who turns out to be his childhood friend, Lady Ravenna Huntley, and he learns that his grandfather has died and he has become the Duke. Ravenna doesn't want to marry, and Cortland doesn't want to be the Duke. But he recognizes that Ravenna's presence will be a complete scandal unless he marries her. He wants a platonic marriage, but somehow you just know he won't be able to resist the young woman who has always had his heart. Now here's a couple who really like each other, but they don't really want to be married, so they have to learn how to communicate what they want. This is exceptionally difficult for our hero, since he's caught between desire and the determination to protect himself. It wouldn't be a romance novel, though, without a happily ever after, so you'll just have to read it to discover how they resolve their problems. Look for it on our shelves in paperback, as well as on both Hoopla and Overdrive in both ebook and e-audio formats. Finally, I'm going to share with you a book that won't be out until the end of July, and that's Nobody's Princess by Erica Ridley, the third in the Wild Winchesters series. Now, the Wild Winchesters are a found family, most of them rescued from the streets of London by their late father. This book features Graham, the intelligencer in the family, who collects information in order to help those most in need. When he deciphers a series of coded messages in the scandal sheets, he's determined to rescue what he thinks is a royal princess. But Kunigunde de Hoysch is not a princess or even a damsel in distress. She has trained along the royal guardsmen in her family, and her mission in London is to prove herself worthy of joining their ranks. Kuni doesn't need Graham's help, but to her surprise, she gains his support and risks losing her heart. I can't tell you much else about the book, but given how much I enjoyed the antics from the first two books, I'm really looking forward to this continuation of the saga. You can order it from CleaveNet in paperback, and I'm sure you will eventually find it in e-format on Overdrive. If you're interested in reading any of these books, let us know if we can help you request them. And in the meantime, happy reading your happily ever afters.